Florida, Daytona Beach. We're getting set for having our ARCA race here tonight. Here it is, .org ARCA series. Apparently I'm on the roof of this car. This is High Swiss. Nice. It's Garrett Boyd in 38. It's ugly car night, so things are going to be weird here tonight. It's going to be hard to tell who's who. Mert, thanks for gifting a sub to Cody Brown. Appreciate you, my guy. Who I got my money on tonight? I don't know if I have money on anybody. It's Daytona. Anything could happen. I would not bet on this race. Watch Cody Brown and his ugly Rays paint scheme. Versus the 28's winning. That'd be entertaining. Speaking of the 28, out there on his warm-up lap. Again, all these paint schemes are going to be terrible for the most part. People that are participating in Ugly Car Night. This is at least 4 different paint schemes on this car. You might recognize parts of it. As the 28 blinks out, even in qualifying. Something that will likely be happening all race long. So Lavallo's got sticker bombed car. I would say that qualifies as pretty ugly. Not a good start for his pick. Yeah, blinking out. Finally getting some laps coming in. Margus on the top of the board in his first lap. And Margison always runs a Ford, so already starting with an ugly car. I had to throw that in there. It's going to be fun tonight. Talk about your red one with the white stripes. I mean, at least that's clean. Twenty-three cars so far for the lap in. Blake, I guess, thinks his CTC Pontiac is ugly. If I was his painter, I'd be offended, but I'm not. JR thinks his 1023 graphics Toyota is ugly. Another painter that should be offended that's not me. 25 cars have a lap down so far. Cody Brown has completed his qualifying on top of the charts. JR working his way down the backstretch. He's got some work to do. Wesley Person goes to the top. Right now, Wesley Person, Cody Brown, Kyle Heckert, Adam Thompson, Chris Alkire, your top 5. JR goes to 3rd. Good run for JR Deal. Blake Giglio then to the top of the charts. CTC Pontiac. Castroneves is currently 27th. Don't ask me what's going on in his car. I have no idea. You got me. Mad dudes. The Chevy logo is off center. There's template pieces all over it. Oh my gosh. Pretty sure that's Elon. What is going on?
So I am confusion.
That's going to be all night long. I am going to be so confusion. 27 cars put in official lap times. 4 cars starting at the back. Clapper Newell, Billy Davis, EJ Johnson.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming out tonight to Daytona. Just a few
You're
ground
the
rules
last
that I'm
one.
going to
Complete the
set
mission.
for the race start. As you guys know, these cars do not bump draft, so bump drafting is prohibited tonight. Any wreck that is a result of bump drafting will immediately be passed on to the bumper. Additionally, we have penalties tonight for the 47 and the 39 for previous incidences in other races.
That escalated quickly.
Otherwise, let's have a good race, guys.
All right. Wow. Let's go. There we go. Start our Curious.org ARCA series starting lineup for Daytona.
You're the last one. Complete the mission.
Blake Giglio will be your pole sitter in the 16 CTC Pontiac. Wes Person, in some kind of memed car for Ugly Car Night, starts in the 2nd spot in his Sidewinder debut. Cody Brown rolls off in a 3rd spot in the Rays Chevrolet. JR Deal, the Real Deal Brothers Speed Shop Toyota, starts 4th. Kyle Eckert rolls off in the 5th spot. Adam Thompson will start 6th. Chris Alkire's Navy Dodge starts in 7th. You got the Quinn Newton Kitten car, starts in the 8th spot. Danielle Wallen's Labor 12 Pontiac starts 9th. Margison, in quite a creation, rolls off in the 10th spot. Mike Chris CTC Ford rolls off in 11th. Andrew Hayes in the 73, quite a cool paint scheme there. He's rolling off in the 12th spot, very vibrant. Who knows what's going on here at the En Montrose? Lots going on. 5 below the TV series, nice. That's good stuff. If you didn't see the kids race at Bristol, you'll understand. Then you have Adam Crozier in the 45, starting alongside with the quarter panel numbers. I agree, that's pretty hideous. It is race time, Thrizzy. Deuce Castro Neves in the 06, rolls off 15th. I believe that's his own face. Mike Edwards in the 14. Barney Sticker Bomb, Swiss Army, Rays, Fort Worth Screedy Sports. There's a lot going on here. He starts 16th. Roebuck rolls off 17th. Will Spark, yeah, this is the painter's nightmare type car. He just put all the blocks on and said, let's go. He rolls off 18th. Jonathan Ledger.
Why'd I get NEOL?
Pieced together all of our cars.
You've been naughty.
He rolls off 19th.
Shenanigans.
Lucas Weissman, oh my.
You're horrible.
Lucas, a very good painter. This is what he's put together.
Yeah, I think the 98 should be getting NEOL.
Wow.
Oh,
right.
wait.
Cliff Mullins.
My God.
Yikes. Ugly Car Night is, yeah, Ugly Car
Hi,
Night
Daniel.
for sure. Walton Hayes got spit and venom on his.
I did a slide job on him.
Wow. Wow. Lavallo with the sticker bomb car here. The 01 starts 23rd. Jason Palmer at the Tampax pink and black car rolls off in 24th. Garrett Boyd. I'm pretty sure that's Cliff Mullins'
That
face
got
there.
answered, but all right.
I'm on the roof. There's a 38 quarter panel number.
The answer is it's still from Bristol. You have not shown up since then, so it's being served now.
Ethan Evers rolls off in the 8th spot. Derek Wilden, or 26th spot. Derek Wilden 27th.
I think that would have been a simple
Jimmy
answer
Clapper,
whenever
28.
I asked first time.
Billy Davison. You got Dalton Hayes being
Oh,
the
it's going to be a good night, boys.
typical smartass
Let's have
that he
fun.
is on the radio here. Trying to get back to Blake Giglio, but it's being really complicated.
Let's go race the boys.
Got back right on the green.
Yeehaw.
Got 60 laps here on Ugly Car Night. Opening round of the round of 8 playoffs as well.
Quinn, this is Clip on the back bumper of your car right now.
These cars cannot bump draft, so if they make contact, there will be a wreck. See Cody Brown trying to get as close as he can to Giglio. That's how you got to do it. As close as possible without touching. We got a blinker up front. I believe that was the 77 lead car on the outside line. Wesley Person making his Sidewinder debut. On the front row for qualifying, but already blinking. And JR Deal and the 62 of Adam Thompson working with him on the high line. Down low, you got Giglio, Cody Brown, the 12 of Kyle Heckert, and 43 of Chris Alkire. See if we can back up a little bit, get a little better view of the field as it comes around. I don't know about you guys, but I'm shocked we've made it 2 laps under green. Mike Christen 70 darting around back there. Back end was not happy coming through the tri-oval, got pretty loose. Mostly 2x2 racing. Pink and black car gets up into the outside wall. Fortunately, had room to come down when he did. That could have been way worse. See Daniel Llewellyn down below the yellow line. Looks like he's drifting back a bit. Now we got some 3 wide. Margison up in the middle between Alkire and the 62 of Thompson.
You gonna clear your fucking self or what?
Llewellyn.
Yeah, just like you did coming back on the track.
Got some spiciness.
Guys, lap 4.
I guess that was between Roebuck and
I don't want
Llewellyn.
to hear.
Big time toxic. Sound files are off now. There's music in them, so we
Leader
can't
just
run them.
dropped out.
Blake went down on the apron, dropped back. Now, Wes Person out front, JR Deal second. Zach Margison ducks to the outside of JR Deal and try to use his run to the high side. Will Cody Brown go with them? Those two are teammates. Much too early for that, Lucky. Oh, that was close to a bump. I think it was a bit of a bump. Cody Brown getting into the Margison turns him down
Straight
into
lines
JR
here,
Deal's
boy.
door. Looks like the 12 of Heckert is bailing out. He's seen enough up there.
Nice looking car, Cody.
Cody, that's awesome.
Come to complete lap 5 somehow without a yellow. Shocking me. While they run, we'll let you know. It's 60 laps, 1 fast repair, 3 sets of tires, half tank of fuel. This is the opening round of 8. Drivers will have 12 drivers, well 8 drivers will have 2 races to try and move on to the final 4 in 2 weeks' time. It's like the 5 of Newton might be trying to take a look underneath Cody Brown. Got a little 3 wide action here as the 5 of Quinn Newton gets bounced around in the middle a little bit. Cody Brown fading back. Mike Chris trying to look to the inside. They sort out their 3 wide. Blake Giglio all the way up by the wall in 16. He gets it sorted out, drops down to the bottom. Out front, JR Deal with the push from the 55 of Margison. It's going to take the lead from the high side. Very close quarters between the 55 and 77 coming through the exit of turn 4. JR Deal going to lead that lap. You had JR Deal leading a lap on your bingo card. You can check that off. So far, so good for the field. We're on lap 8 of 60. Already over 10% of the way through the race. Shout out D-Waddy. JR, Person, Alkire, and Edwards, your bottom row. Outside row is Margison, Brown, Newton. I believe that's Garrett Boyd. This race right here is exactly why we have paint scheme rules. Obviously they're off for the ugly car night, but man oh man. Now we got some 3 wide happening. 5 Quinn Newton. Outside Cody Brown. Incoming wreck. See Cody Brown darting high then low in that middle line. Cars definitely like to skate around in that middle line. I'm just holding my breath. I don't know about you guys. Watching those cars in the middle lane. The top line kind of falling apart. Oh, they're so close together. Oh my gosh. Blake Giglio bails out of that top line. The car is shuffling every which way coming off the corner. Wow, we have made it through lap 10. On to lap 11. Cody keeps ducking outside the 55. I don't know if y'all seen that top line. The 17 keeps peeking outside of his teammate. Here he does it again. But now Lucas Hoyces will get to his inside.
Folks from Thursday that can't hold the line.
Whoa! The one of Ian Montrose nearly wipes out Quinn Newton. Things get dicey towards the middle.
Hey, Will.
What?
Hey, Will.
I'm not gonna get a drink tonight.
Coming up on the 91 EJ
If I can get
Johnson.
you clear, can you clear the outside? I'm getting hot.
Put in 10 laps down. EJ must have missed the start, dude.
Daniel, I woke up an hour ago and I'm 15.
Oh, contact between
oh
the 43 and the 70.
Use this on the goddamn apron.
EJ Johnson
You
is
okay, Daniel?
down low, sideways in the 91.
He just had a heart attack, it's alright.
Yeah, I almost forgot for everyone. I'm sorry.
No, everybody's clean.
What about clean?
I mean,
We definitely
everybody's
saw some
underwear's
door
probably
banging.
not clean, but it's clean. I know, it's pretty scary up there.
Oh my gosh. Alkire in the 43. Drifting up, drifting
I
down.
catch back up to Daniel.
55, Margison drops down in front of the 9 of
So I've been doing
JR
shots on the
deal.
straightaway.
We have some more door contacts, 77 and 70.
Keep talking, Cliff. Keep talking, buddy.
Oh my gosh,
I mean, that's
Montrose
what
on
I
the
do.
1. All over the place. Oh, we got contact. 17, Cody Brown.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Sorry,
Let's see
30
who
quick.
That
All
was
good.
Dalton Hayes that made contact with him. Heard him say, sorry, Cody.
Just
Back
chilling
to-
back here waiting on this big ass ramp.
Gotten back down to double file, thank goodness.
17. I don't know how I didn't crush you there.
Lucas Hoytsma out front now by a nose over the 55 of Margison. JR Deal drifting up off the bottom and catching a piece of the
Oh,
apron.
it's just me, Nine, but you keep moving up a lane.
Yep. It's just what we were talking about, JR Deal.
Sorry, Tierney.
Now there's only about 7 cars in that top lane. Everyone else has dropped down low. Person drifts up a little bit. Weitzman and Christopher on the top side working together. CTC team. Field catching 21 of Jeremy Clapper-Newell. Clapper still showing the lead lap, but not for long since he has lost the draft. Clapper really open for a caution, but the field has kind of singled out for the most part.
Contact, Cody?
I don't think so.
Mike Edwards in the 14 trying to join that brigade up top.
One of the guys taking me 3 wide up there. They can't hold their lines.
I'm looking at your car and I don't see any damage to the back left rear, so I think it was just minor contact.
Field catching Clapper-Newell.
last car. They're
Clapper
wrecking.
in the way.
We're good.
No, we're not.
Oh, the 17's
Rap's
around.
car. Rap's car. Let me guess. That had to be clever.
Actually was behind Clapper.
Ding ding, circle, get square. Johnny, tell him what he's won. A new car! I was sideways.
I think Dalton checked up. Cody ran in the back of him, takes out Ethan. And towards the back so we don't get to see a whole lot.
You just wanted your supply of Dinky more beef stew.
Watch it one more time, but it's like the 47 checks up hard right in front of the 17. 17 drills him.
And I can't believe I have to say this on a plate track. Is race control
there.
still awake?
I am here.
What if
That's
the
what we get
lap
to
car
see.
tried to go to the apron at like 175?
Well, so you want me to slam the brakes on and wreck the whole field?
Hold your line! Or go to the top.
I was holding my line, and then the leader just ran in the back of me.
You were holding your line halfway between lines.
Hmm.
By the way, it was funny back here in the back where we actually wrecked that. Garrett ate his own ass.
Lucas
Tell me
Hoisman
more.
must have missed his pit box. Rolled right through the pits.
Lucky dog outside.
Well, I think that's what you call karma.
Karma Sutra?
Wow. Roebuck and
So
Hoisman
after
do not come
review,
down.
The 8 car ran into the back of the 17 while the 17 was checking up, and after getting into the back of the 47, who also checked up, 8 car went in there with a full head of steam. The 8 car will get the penalty.
Interesting.
Yeah, but the checkup is for the 21. Hey, Lucas, you go to view.
I did look at the effect of the 21 car. This was well back in the field, and I don't believe the 21 really caused the checkup where it was in the field at that time.
Did you see what I saw, J Munch? Because
Well, yeah, it was the reason I checked up, and then the 17 checked up, and then the 8 checked up, because they were wrecking at the front of the field.
comes the 30, 21, 97. Lavallo is even coming back in. That
Don't
might
worry,
be Sloan.
guys, I'm used to it.
Yeah, it's Sloan coming in.
Damn it, Ethan.
Forgot Lavallo's not running that scheme now.
You wrecked me. I don't care what you did. Hey, Cliff, if it's any consolation, your face is technically in first place. Well, his face was also fucking windshield deep into his own ass. But hey, it had nothing to do with it. Nothing.
It's mostly fuel stops towards the front.
Fire.
I got a whole bunch of them saved still if you want one.
Yeah, I'll take one.
I got the red, white, and blue one. I got the green one where Lucas cost me an ARCA championship. I got a whole bunch.
Damn.
So glad you're not on spitting bid him anymore.
Mm.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, me three.
Mm. That was where I was thinking as well. J Much.
He's not gonna be able to hear you, buddy.
I know. I'm asking someone else.
19.
All right, we're getting set for the restart. Pace car with the lights off, making its way out of turn number 4. Front row,
Hey,
Margison
Mr.
and
Border
Deal.
Patrol.
Yes.
We are back underway.
No, Border Patrol, not really.
Border Patrol, not race control.
Yeah,
Two different
keep your-
things.
Just say his fucking name, Jesus.
Jesus is his name? I'm so confused. Margison peeks the nose out front. Deal, Edwards, and Alki are working the top lane. I thought that call was interesting as well. Daddy Evers thought that was interesting. Margison, Person, and Christopher, Giglio, Newton all lined up on the inside. J.R. Deal, Mike Edwards, Chris Alkire, Ian Montrose. I believe that is Lavallo in the sticker bomb car there. Giglio kind of running the middle line there. Breaking up the draft of that top line.
Cliff, you out there drinking?
Am I drinking?
I
Yes.
think Cliff always drinking.
Does a bear shit in the woods?
The hell you think?
Holy cow, Alkire about wrecked by himself
I
through the
think a
driveway.
better question is how much has he consumed?
So I got some fireballs sitting right here, and I'm taking shots every straightaway, so I'm about 22 in.
Technically, there's 3 straightaways on this track. You got the long backstretch, then you got the short shoot from turn 4 to the tri-oval, then you got the short shoot from the tri-oval to turn 1. You could be taking 3 shots a lap and be 66 deep right about now. Margerson, Person, and Mike Christopher have broken away from the 2x2 racing.
Did you hold the bottom off the corner 55? We'll be able to push you better.
Second car, the 77, has not been pleased with the line they are running. JR Deals made his way back up alongside Mike Chris, trying to work his way next to 77 of Wesley Person. Now all the way to the front, hits alongside Margison. Strong push from the 14 of Edwards. You'd be surprised how fast he can pour. Margison may have even tagged the apron right there. It's going to cause the inside line to check up. Shuffles out the 1 of Montrose. JR Deal's going to take the race lead from it. Much to the chagrin of the 77, I'm sure. count shows huge head of steam. Top line had broken apart a bit. Edwards to Allkire, that gap had gotten pretty large. So you forget pouring and just drink out the bottle. Yep. It's about a shot. Oh, there they go. Mike Chris, hard into the outside wall. Daniel Wallen gets involved.
Look at that. The same person that can't hold the line. Oh, fuck me. It's creaming.
I had the brakes locked up, Daniel. I'm sorry.
Under review.
Damn it, Daniel. It wasn't my fault. I got scared the shit out of because someone hit me hard. Well, I took your nose off for you at least.
I got your nose. When judging by the 47's comments, yes, that's who would that's who would be a piece of it. Who's out on the top that just drifted down? See if we can jump ahead and see where that all unfolds at.
Sorry about that, 23. My computer decided to freeze the fuck up.
You gave me a heart attack there. You just blinked right in front of me.
Yeah, that would be the 43.
Hayes car on the backstretch.
Higher up high and comes on down into the 16.
The 43 car came down into the 16. In the process of them making contact, the 43 clipped the 70. The 43 car will be getting the UOL.
So Allkire going to pick up the penalty here. He's allowed to be a lane off the bottom there. There's nothing wrong with what Giglio is doing. He's allowed to be there.
Dairy Queen, we can.
Pace car is on turn 3, entering 4.
That's why I passed him, Ethan.
Hey, Will, can you tell me how my rear end looks on the car?
Quinn, I can tell you. Quinn, I can tell you right now, it's huge. It's
I'm
really
sure you're
huge.
torn up about it, Mer. Newton getting tagged by the 62.
Is scratched, but no major damage. Thank you, sir.
Me and the 8 are going to need black flag clears because there are damaged cars still like way behind the field.
No! I wanted to watch that, damn it.
Yeah, I got you guys.
I can't tell who's who in these things. All the cars are different than they're supposed to be.
Well, shit.
There's Llewellyn getting destroyed, and he comes
Yeah,
back
need a
down.
black flag clear for that 70 car too.
It could have been worse.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, 25's gonna need to have black flag clear too, for that 70.
Quinn Newton, Lucas Hoisman, Jonathan Ledger, top cars here. Let's take a
I
look
think I
at.
got all the black flags cleared, so just let me know if I missed any.
So they did not come down this yellow. Person did.
Thanks, sir.
Hayes came down.
You got mine, and that's all that matters.
My bad. I thought you passed already. That was cool. Sorry.
Like Clapper nearly
No, you're good.
took out one of our front runners coming through the field there. IROC Z09, welcome. Just here to watch Sloan. Sloan was running up towards the front, then he pitted there. Looks like Sloan's down in 26th spot right now. So we can get our split running for you. We got pit lap up at the moment to see who stayed out. Looks like Newton, Hoytsma, and Ledger all stayed out here. Hey, no problem, my rock. Welcome, thanks for the follow, appreciate it. So the top 3 have stayed out. Person,
Look at the clip's faces. I passed you.
first one to pit in 4th. All these fuel stops. Person, Hayes, Edwards, Lavallo. Wilden came down, maybe he took a fast repair. He's got
Somebody on the
.07 for him.
break.
There's Adam Thompson now at 9th, Blake Giglio up to 10th. Will Spark is 11th, JR Deals is 12th, Castro Neves 13th, Crozier 14th, Margerson 15th, Andrew Hayes 16th, Cody Brown in 17th, Jason Palmer 18th, Kyle Hickard 19th, and Cliff Mullins your top 20. You got Ian Montrose 21st, Captain Sloan 22nd, Mike Chris 23rd, Chris Alkire 24th, Daniel Lawala 25th. So we can find Ethan Evers. There he is. He's currently 28th.
They're beating and banging under caution.
Blake Roebuck's 29th, shown 1 lap down. Billy Davison 8 laps down. EJ Johnson 9 laps down. Both those cars, I believe, had an issue getting in the race.
Yeah, you guys have to take over me. That's fine.
I mean,
You like Neo's paint?
I'll just get out of
Yeah.
everyone's way. It's have me go forward, then backwards.
Lights out on our pace cars, we come around. Getting set for the restart. Who's in the paint can sprayed car?
91, you
There's a
gotta be
few
in
of
front
them.
of me.
Can we catch up, please?
This is the ugly car night, so we got a lot of weird stuff going
Should be
on
good. Go, go, go.
Pace car is going to head on in. Quinn Newton set to take over the race lead here. Gets us restarted. Lucas Hoisman going to try to jump down behind him.
Blake, I don't know what you were doing there, dude. I need a black flag slid for that.
What did I do?
I
There's-
tried not to be 50 miles an hour faster than the rest of the field.
There's 2 Blakes. Quinn Newton breaks away in front of teammate Lucas Hoisman. Wesley Person riding in the 3rd spot. Now Mike Edwards makes contact with Neo. And then the 20 of Wilden spins off into the inside.
That is why we don't bump draft these cars.
Anger. And caution.
Was that just a single car spin that got a caution thrown for it?
Yes, sir.
Lavallo gets into the back of him, shoots him
No.
down. Into the inside.
Shut up, Adam needs gas.
Race control knows what he's doing, guys.
I know, I just hate that. That's the one thing I don't like.
Well, we're halfway. Man, that kitten car is just all kinds of crazy.
Pace car on back stretch.
There will be check exiting 2. Heads
It did start good. Now it's just gotten silly. And it's going to get worse as we get closer to points being awarded.
Apologies for throwing it for a single car crash, but I felt like it warranted it. After review, the 01 got into the back of the 20, causing a spin. The 01 will be getting an EOL.
So Lavallo. Corey Lavallo going to the back. There he goes, taking his penalty. Newton Hoyt's gonna stay out here. Guess they want to be ahead of all the carnage. Suspect we won't see them again till around lap 40-ish. Not Helio Castroneves. Related, not the same person. This is nephew Dudes Castroneves. There's Dudes in the 06. Ugly car night, so really weird looks and colors out there. Pretty sure that's his face on that. How are you doing, Banderson? Or B. Anderson? I like saying it either way, depending on my mood that day. How we been? What up, Mikey? You and Neo bout wrecked the whole field there. Which is actually why that wreck did happen, because they were checking up for you two. You have a 31 car field. It's hard for everybody to check up. So the accordion effect stacked up, sent the 01 into the inside. FBI, open up! Beautiful. We have people faking to pit road as usual. Mike Edwards usually one of those. Did not disappoint. Do we get lights out? Bueno. So Quinn and Lucas teammates going to be on the front row. Mike Edwards, Dalton Hayes, row number 2. Blake Giglio, Will Spark, row number 3.
That's his grandpa.
Rock your body right.
Oh dear lord.
Oop, wrong mic.
Hopefully Backstreet's back.
Then we go into a whole discussion about
70, it's telling you to pass me.
how NSYNC had talent and Backstreet Boys did not.
supposed to be inside, I don't think.
Oh shit. Yeah, my bad. Supposed to be top line in front of me.
Alright, heading into turn number 3. Getting set for the restart. Ugly car night, throwing my head off. No idea who's driving what car. But it's a good time. Everybody's having fun. Except for the people that are wrecked. They're probably not having fun.
I'm scared.
Base cars off. Field's in control of the number 5 of Quinn Newton. He'll probably try to jump and get a gap for Lucas Hoyt's going to drop down into. Team game did not work out here.
We haven't jammed the brakes or restart. That sucks.
Castro Neves drops down to the inside line.
That's what I would do. Sorry about that 8, but I was not going 3 wide.
Well, don't hit the brakes next time, because that'll kill you.
I didn't hit the brake.
Lucas
I
Hoyt's
just
by
let off the
himself out
throttle.
there.
That's my bad. Should have warned you.
About 8 car lengths back. He does have 2 teammates trying to join him, 16 and 70, but he has got a ways to go. If I was the 47, I would have jumped out there behind him before those teammates got there, but too little too late at this moment. 77 of Person jumps up there with him. Now Quinn Newton has a challenge on the outside from his teammates. Lucas Hoytsman, Blake Giglio trying to surge by Quinn Newton and Mike Edwards on the bottom. And we got somebody up in the wall. More cars in the wall. Field is scattered back here.
I don't know what you were doing there.
Question, please.
All cars saying caution, please.
Apparently we need a yellow. Huh.
And there it is.
Under review.
See, we can find out what happens to the 43 to get him stuck up in the wall.
How many green mark checkers in this league? 73.
Looks like the 43 checks up Daniel the wall and does not. Gets in the back of Alkire, turns him up and into the wall.
God.
It is not unlimited. That has been changed.
Michael, you have to give him false hope.
Good job, bad enough.
Hey, 25, do you mind checking my right side real quick, please?
Watch the 43 come to pit road.
What am I checking?
My right side, I'm right next to you.
And your rank, you got it. If the 97 doesn't win, he has the ugliest car? I don't know. There's so many cars with Cliff Mullen's face on it. I
After
think that would
review,
beat
the
it.
23 got into the back of the 43. The 23 will get the UL.
So
And 20,
Llewellyn.
that right side looks good.
Yeah, it's really fair when he checked up so hard.
Here comes the field. Probably be fuel only for most cars.
I did it again!
Lucas Oisman once again is driven by his pit stall. Wow. Unbelievable.
Lucky dog outside.
Rest of the field making their way off pit road, but Lucas Hoisman. That's twice he's gone and missed his pit. Excuse me, I had a cough. There goes the 54 of Davison. I mean, yes, at least it is under caution. There is that.
Such a shit call.
Here, the 23, very not happy about the race control's decision.
No, you.
Person came down at 31. Hoisman missed his pit. Here's your Mullins on 31. Then the rest of the field topping off here this stop.
Where you going? You're going the wrong way.
I wanted you to see my bumper.
I can't read. No, look at it. It's worth it.
Goes
really
Gold
is.
Kyer in the 43. Not sure where the 43 is going.
I painted that car.
You did a fabulous job.
Weissman this time hits his box. Looks like Blake Giglio and the 70 of Mike Christopher are going back there with him. Quinn Newton as well. So this CTC team going to be all together. Here's the 23 of Llewellyn.
Don't think the lineup's right, but
I think the lineup's right either. Why is the 43 shown way up here, the 4th spot? Weird.
Zach, do you want a tandem draft?
Tandem's probably not a good idea in these cars. See the CTC guys and Blake
I think
Roebuck
his answer to that question can be seen on my rear bumper.
all coming off pit road back there together. Clapper Newell still on lead lap 25th. There's Blake Roebuck, Quinn Newton, Derek Wilden 28th, Daniel Llewellyn.
checking out bottom of 3.
He is all the way back in 29th, still in the lead lap.
Guess the lineup's not going to get checked, but okay.
Dalton Hayes unhappy about the 43 in front of him.
Sorry, 20th is fine. Good job.
So we get set for the restart. Wesley Person leads us to the green flag. We are back underway from Daytona. 24 laps remaining.
I apologize.
Blake Giglio just drifted up into somebody.
Well choreographed.
Dude, what are you doing? Literally.
Talking about the 43.
Hold your line.
And the wreck is on.
Jeez.
Under review.
Fuck!
Wallen. Oh my goodness.
I don't know how I just survived that.
I know the 43 and 47 are involved.
39
43 goes all the way up to the wall, then drifts down on
Hey, 40,
the 47.
43, you mind checking out my car real quick?
And then Hayes gets into... Who is that? Can't
I
tell
can't
a number.
see it real well from here. Pull up. I'm in VR.
Is that Crozier? I believe that's Crozier.
I'm not seeing anything.
Yeah, Adam Crozier. And the 45 gets
Copy, thank you.
tagged by the 47.
I'm glad the lineup was fucked just for that to happen. We still talking about the lineup?
47 doing his usual radio bitching.
That's what basically caused the incident.
I mean, it had nothing to do with you taking a 3 wide or anything, right?
No, of course not. You literally went to the wall and then tried.
After review, the 47 car took it 3 wide, and in the middle of the 3 wide, he moved up into the 45 car. The 47 car will be getting the penalty.
That's what I saw.
Shocker. Huh.
Any chance I can have the passing under yellow clear? That would be okay.
And that was actually netcode, but hey, race control knows what he's doing.
Dalton Hayes being Dalton Hayes. Hazing it up on the radio.
Appreciate it.
Lucky dog outside.
Shuffles things quite a lot.
So we can review that post-race. Cody, that's fine.
Look forward to it, Dalton.
Race control getting
Yep,
sassy
'cause
back.
it was netcode, bud. There's space in between me and the other car. But hey, you know what you're doing.
Just can't stop, can he?
Okay, that is enough of the comments at race control. Next one gets muted.
And you always got a butt in.
Isn't he supposed to be muted the whole season?
Says the guy that tried to kill the field.
We're having fun.
This is so much fun, guys. I got so much content.
Man, I wish I was filming this. This could have been an entire series, like just this one race. This is awesome.
We can't be friends, wait. These are $12 race cars.
You can't be friends. These are $12 race cars. Lucky, I just don't get it, man. Like, why
And see, here I'm
so
just
much
having
hate?
a ball with Cliff Mullins facing my hood. As is everyone else.
So much anger over something that's supposed to be fun. Just feel like I'm babysitting half the time.
By the way, Cody, I think you're doing a fantastic job up there, other than the single car spin thing. That's the only thing I didn't like. Hey. I realized that was very British.
Control your British.
Control your British.
All hail the Kiwi god.
Do I get an EOL just for being a limey?
Nobody in the field knows what that
Better than
means.
a Cockney, ain't it?
Hopefully there's no race on 4th of July.
We will be done with our season during the 4th of July, so no worries there. We just started week number 13. There's only 15 weeks, so we will be done with our season. Everybody enjoy their 4th of July holiday. Here we go, pace car. Dives down pit road. West Person gets us back underway. Mike Evers on his outside. Cody Brown jumps out of the top line to the bottom behind JR Deal. Oh my gosh, Blake Giglio.
Blake, I will dump your shit. Good.
No.
CTC team coming up through the middle. Mike Chris, Blake Giglio.
Yeah, you're smart to close that. I was gonna take that.
Things settled down mid-pack for the moment. Mike Chris, though, go look to the inside of Lavallo. Lavallo trying to close him off, not there in time. 70 of Mike Chris going to take the inside with Blake Giglio pushing. Lucas Weitzman going to try and help as well. And JR has been a little up and down as far as the line he's holding. Mike Chris now trying to pick off the 06 of Castro Neves. Gets through the middle there. Now he has Adam Thompson straight ahead. So they've worked their way up from mid-pack to be up in the top 10. Now Mike Christopher going to go to the top. Try to bring Giglio and Hoytson with them as they go around. Mike Edwards, Cody Brown, Lavallo, Castro Neves. And the wreck is Owen. I believe Garrett Boyd may have just avoided everything, which would be pretty impressive. I think he just came to a stop.
That's just about everybody.
Under review.
That
Wow,
started
really, dude?
front row of the
I can't turn. Like, come on.
outside line.
Turn.
Let's watch the 62 of Thompson
45,
here.
I'm pretty sure that's the second time you've just driven through a wreck without, like, checking out, dude. You gotta check up in those kind of wrecks.
So Mike Chris choosing the right time
ARCA break Adam.
to jump to the outside of the 62.
After review, the 62 got into the quarter of the 14, turning him. The 62 will have the penalty.
Goes Edwards into JR Deal.
Swish, you gotta watch that from the HQ. It was amazing.
We'll check it out. Oh my gosh. Cody smacking into Lavallo hard. There's Ethan in the 8. And the track gets blocked for the 62. Does he plow in there? Yep, he's going to get the back end of the 6. And then gets chopped underneath by the 1. 45 then gets into the 1. Turns him around.
Hey Mike, what's my front look like?
Alright, let's go on board Ethan Evers. Watch his ride through here.
You look good.
Thanks, you too.
See.
Checking up out of 4.
Here's the 8. Let's go on the roof cam here.
Hitting the top.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Holy wreck avoidance by the 8.
Hey, Mom, tell
Ethan Evers just picked his way right on through that. Who was the other car we saw? I forgot who we said made it through there really well. Yeah, that's insane driving right there. Watch that white and red 8 car as he comes up to it. It's between those two. Cars wrecking all around him, he's just driving through. I think Garrett Boyd was the other one I wanted to take a look at. See how Garrett gets through all this mess. So I think he makes it through as well. Let's go far chase for him. Let's just go ahead full speed. Oh, he did get hit. Like Robot got Garrett. See, this is what I saw of it. I just saw the end where he wasn't hitting anything. Does Davison make it? No, I think he gets the wall a little bit. So I think the 8 might be the only car that got through there clean. Yeah, he bangs the wall. Gets tagged there. And there. So, no good for Davison. Evers, only one to really cleanly get through that. See if anyone takes the apron and misses it. Nope, 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 nope. Wow, so yeah, Ethan Evers is the only one to make it through unscathed other than the cars that were already ahead of it. That's crazy. Oh, hey, William. That was crazy. You did add a miss, then you got rammed a few times.
Come on, you guys gonna catch up?
You're welcome, JR.
Or what?
Yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. Can't see your right side, but it doesn't look bad at all. I like that you added Swiss Army to the C-pillar. That's awesome. The CTC folk timed that move to the top just at the right time to get out of that Hornets and SLs. So impressive. Field works their way out of turn number 4 onto this front stretch. Right side looks good too, JR. Pace car dives one in. West Person gets control of the field. Green flag is out. West blinks for a moment. That has to be terrifying. It roars its way down into turn number 1. 13 laps to go. The leader blinking once again. That is not a good thing. You're trying to push a car. You don't know if you're inside of them, through them, up underneath them, lifting them off the ground. You just don't know. Person leading, blinking. JR Deal leading the outside line with 16 of Giglio, 14 of Edwards.
One of the leaders is becoming a space shuttle.
We just saw debris flying everywhere.
Alright, I'll drop back if it keeps like this for a few more laps.
Giglio going to try and drop the 9 of JR Deal. Deal trying to get the field to go with him and drop Giglio instead. So Giglio is now alone all the way on the top. Garrett Boyd trying to join Giglio.
I think he cleared up.
Person's connection looking a little better as Giglio slams in between the 20 of Wilden and a 55 Margerson behind them. We got to reckon.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
So the 73 going around. There is the caution.
Wrong button, Cody.
Wrong button, I'm sorry.
I don't know what button he hit.
Yeah, I saw what happened.
Clapper.
I saw someone come down, hit the other guy who was in front of me. I didn't get collected, but I did kind of slim him out, but it wasn't on me.
Thanks for sharing.
I will review it.
Clapper and the 38 of Boyd get
You
together.
didn't wreck nobody. Somebody got clapped.
No, he came down on me.
Yeah,
Alexis
Clapper's
73.
You came up.
Yeah, that's what I said. Someone came down on you, and they came down on the other guy, which I braked, and then he was slower, and then, it's nothing bad there. I hope you can make it back.
Let's just let Cody see what he saw.
It's a good idea.
After review, the 21 car moved up the track, clipping the 38 in the left quarter. The 21 will be getting the penalty.
Clapper gets the penalty.
Clap.
Couldn't drive a fucking hot rod up a snowman's ass, could you?
Wow.
Checking up in 3.
Maybe when there's a wreck, everybody should just be muted, or Private can do his thing, and then unmute everybody.
But then, where would the entertainment come from?
The 70's not wrong. The 70 is daddy.
Plus he talks over us no matter what.
Wow, the drama is real
Puppy
tonight.
dog outside.
The drama is very real tonight. Well, I don't see 77 in chat, so. Hello.
Hello.
I figured I'd come hang out with you guys and chit chat, and I just came down into your room so that you didn't have to stop your broadcast. Being helpful.
Oh, look at you.
I know, right? Figured the 77's not in chat. We'll come talk with the second place, number 9 car of JR Dio. How are things going down here, bud?
I'm just chilling, relaxing.
Relaxing with 9 to go. You only got 9 laps left, but you got a plan to work with the 77 and try to get away from the field and then sell it between yourselves, or are you just going to let the chaos ensue and see where the chips fall?
Pretty much chaos. A lot chaos.
That seems to be the way tonight for sure.
I've seen. I'm glad I've seen it in my mirror, but I've seen.
And then you've also heard, I mean, non-stop on the radio tonight. Good grief.
Yep.
JR's going for this dub.
He won the truck race? So
Yeah.
he's trying to go 2 for 2 here.
I hope so. That'd be cool.
You got that newcomer Wesley Person to deal with. You
I don't know who he is, but he's here.
you got Mike Chris and Mike Edwards. You got Lucas Hoysma and Ethan Evers, so a bunch of teammates behind you.
Well, that sucks for me.
It does.
Hopefully I can just get in front of one of them.
Was Rowdy and Jake leading you to the promised land with their spotting?
I wish.
Not wrong.
How was the wedding?
It was fantastic. That was that was a beautiful, wonderful thing.
Glad to hear. Figured we would chit chat because the caution laps are so damn long here.
Yes, that they are.
I'm just here giving JR some confidence boosting every time he has a good run.
Bill says, I bet JR cried.
I about did, yeah.
Ain't no shame in the game.
No, but I'll tell you one funny thing.
during like a real serious moment of everything, Corey's wife looked straight at me dead in the eyes and, JR, help, I gotta pee. Yes, that's exactly what I did. And like everybody's out there crying and stuff, and I'm standing there laughing.
How am I supposed to help you pee?
Yeah.
That would have been my reaction. All right, boys. Well, good luck from that second spot, and hopefully we'll be talking to you after the race.
I'll be talking to you in a little bit, bud.
There's the 9 of JR Deal as they work their way through turns 3 and 4, getting ready for the restart. Figured we'd pick up a little entertainment value from JR while everyone else continues to bitch and be little whiny babies that we have to babysit. Pace car heads on into pit road. Wesley Person gets us restarted. JR Deal to his outside. Person with Mike Christopher, Lucas Heusman, and Quinn Newton to his inside. JR has Mike Edwards, Ethan Evers, 20 of Derek Wilden on the top.
Shift is stuck, sorry.
Business is picking up with 7 to go. JR Deal gets his nose out in front. Mike Edwards going to shoot the gap, go for the 3 wide move. Has help from Ethan Evers, JR Deal alone on the top. Looks like that is Blake Giglio trying to run down JR and give him some help, but he tucks in behind Wilden. I think Blake could have made some headway if he jumped up there with JR, but won't know now. Whoa! 20 of Wilden, door checks the 9. Then Giglio gets into the 9. See? Told you Giglio should have pushed him. So the 20 of Wilden gets up and into the door of the 9, shoots him up into the outside wall, then back down into Blake Giglio, and the wreck is on from there.
Under review.
Several cars involved in this one afterwards. There's a lot of cars in front of the wreck. How'd they get involved? Let's see the 30 of Roebuck. Looks like they all went low to try and miss it, and they get collected as well. Let's see Dalton Hayes involved. Daniel Llewellyn, 62 of Thompson. 39 gets through there, it looks like. So those of you fans of the Sloan machine, looks like he has made it through. Roebuck, one of our playoff drivers, caught up in that one. Doesn't look too horribly damaged, but definitely not the way you want to spend your afternoon. Looks like Sloan did make it through that. Yeah, that would be my thought, J Munch. I don't know how else
Can
you
you
could
give
call
us
that
15 at EOL? He's damaged.
Sounds like Blake Giglio in the 16 trying to make his way around.
After review, the 20 and 9 car came together, and then ARCA Wall took care of the rest. Due to that, I'm going to call the initial contact between the 20 and 9, and the 20 came up into the 9, so the 20 will be getting the EOL.
There you go. Derek
We might
Wilden.
have to clear black flag here. The 16 damaged.
I'll clear black flags when we get to them.
Okay, future reference, let's start making it to everybody who keeps forcing the issue 3 wide. How about that?
What? Neo's pushing 16 at Giglio, trying to make him go faster. That was pretty funny.
Black clear.
So who's left up front? 77 West
I need a
Person.
black clear
70
as well,
Mike
please.
Chris. 3 of Mike. 14 of Mike Edwards. 97 Lucas Heusman. The 8 of Ethan Evers. 5 Quinn Newton. 55 Zach Margison. 45 Adam
I need
Crozier.
mine clear as well, please.
23 Daniel Llewellyn. And the 39 Afton Sloan.
Lucky
Your
dog
top 10.
outside.
Will Spark rides 11th. Kesha Neves 12th. Hayes 13th. Clapper Newell 14th. Wilden, after being in that wreck,
Just want
15th.
to say very quickly, I really do appreciate
Palmer 16th.
race controller Cody. You're doing a great job,
Giglio
and
17th.
I think you're very balanced. So great job, man.
kissing race controls butt
I'll
now.
agree, but also at the same time, you can call it a racing incident.
I don't think that was a racing incident.
Voodoo.
Somebody car came up there.
If you guys don't like how Race Control is doing it, do it yourselves and try it. End of it.
I love that thought.
Pull the stick out of your ass. I was making a suggestion.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, I haven't seen a single one that was just a racing incident either. People get really butthurt when they're the ones that are at fault and don't want to admit it. I am people on occasion. I am not above that. I've been that guy. But I've also had points where I don't think I was that guy and still got the wrong end of the call, so I get it. I just try to shut up for the most part these days. Which is ironic that I'm a broadcaster now. But yeah, I think Race Control's gotten it right for the most part tonight. Except for the one where the 8 car got one. I wouldn't have given it to the 8 car there. Other than that, I think he's done pretty good. Right, J-Munch? So he's through the back. Lights are out on our pace cars. 77, 70, 14, 97, 8, 5. Front 3
Restart
rows
the
here.
green or on leader's discretion?
I would pull the CTC guys, but not there.
Leader's discretion.
Correct, Bandio. There's always going to be someone that does not agree with you. Unless that person came over the radio and said, yeah, that was my fault. Which does not happen very often. Does happen, but not very often. Hell, I've heard Bandio say it though. Bandio's like, I think that was on me, go ahead and give it to me. I've done it a time or two, not very often, I'll admit. Yeah, you did, Bandio. Yep, sure did. That's what made me think of it. Alright, pace car is off. 3 laps remaining. We are green. The green white checker the natural way as we cross 1, 2. 2 to go. If we can make it back a lap without wrecking, we'll be coming to the finish. Otherwise, we'll line them up and do it again.
Not clear.
Mike Chris with the push from Lucas Weitzman gets the nose of his Chevrolet / Ford out front of... Why is it a Chevrolet Ford? Because it's all on Chevrolet bodies. Briefly got out front, now the 77 of persons with the push from Mike Edwards. Side by side as we come to the stripe, and it looks like we're going to get that white flag. But we are coming to the end. No matter what happens, hell or high water, we're going to have a winner at the end of this lap. '77's nose just out in front. And here comes the run. Oh, as Edwards and Hoytsma get together. Hoytsma hangs on to it. Now Quinn Newton at the top. Hoytsma's not going to push the 77. As Quinn Newton gets into him and they all crash. Hoytsma's going to get clear and win.
Wreck I've ever seen.
Hoytsma gets clear and Hoytsma's going to win.
I can't see.
Lucas Hoytsma all by himself, picking up the checker flag. Looks like Thompson.
You're the last one. Complete the mission.
Thompson, Wilden, Spark, Crozier,
Where did everybody go?
JR Deal. Lucas Hoytsma was just all by himself. JR Deal brings this battered number 9 car home 6.
Unbelievably moronic.
And here comes the anger.
Did he win the race?
Cowboy AZ, welcome. Thank you for that follow.
I was the only one that wasn't collected.
Jason Palmer 7th. Daniel Llewellyn gets an 8th. Blake Roebuck 9th.
I'll review the turn 4 incident.
That was great.
So Hoytsma, Thompson, Wilden to the interview room. My goodness, that was...
You can't tell me that that's fair at all, unless there was some serious netcode. It was a bump draft gone wrong.
Oh my goodness, there goes
So
those two.
70 came down because of contact between him and the guy behind him. So definitely not intentional by any means.
It's right on board with Lucas. Watch the C's part for him.
You kidding me, man?
I don't think he's fucking kidding you, man. See Newton
Good one,
trying to
Lucas.
push Mike Chris. Mike Chris then drifts down into the 77. 77 turns up, collects both of those machines. Lucas Hoytsma somehow netcodes through the 23 of Llewellyn. I have no idea how Lucas Hoytsma is not destroyed in this accident by the 23. Lucas Hoytsma is the luckiest son of a gun. Watch this. 23 is in the fucking side of him.
97.
Just what? Hoytsma getting the benefit of the netcode for once. Should have been wiped out with the rest of the field.
He was already coming down, plus he moved down a lane more than he should have.
Oh my gosh. Adam got a P5, sure did. What a crazy race. I was going to get Lucas doing his burnouts, but he gone. It's a very short burnout session. Let's get the waiting room with the 20 to 62 and Derek DG. Got a copy? Hello.
Hey, Swiss, how's it going?
There we go. Hey, man. Well, you had an up and down day, and at one point took a penalty, went to the back, and then you wound up in the top 3 on the podium getting an interview. Tell me how that race went for you.
You know, that was a pretty hectic race all the way through. Definitely a fun one for the first little bit, running green. That was a good long green run for Daytonas, in the ARCAs especially. I'm just kind of impressed that I made it through that big one right there at the end.
Yeah, the gods smiled on you and said, here, have a third.
That he did. That he did. Oh, that was a good one.
Yes, sir, indeed. Well, you got any friends, family, sponsor shout-outs to give out to us tonight?
I don't have any sponsors as of yet, but I definitely want to thank my team, Ford Bite. Blake Roebuck was in here. Sadly, he couldn't be up here talking with you as well this evening as a 9th place finish. I got some friends that decided to hop in the screen. My girlfriend's one of them. Apologize to her for ignoring her during the race, but
oops.
I kind of feel a little bit better after this.
Hey, always thank her after the race, no matter what. Always thank her.
Oh, I will be. Oh, I will be.
Like even in your interviews, you get an interview, you thank the girl. Always.
Yes, you do. That's something I've learned.
Gotta keep them happy.
Oh, amen to that one. But
all right.
Yeah,
well.
Big shout out to Race Control as well. I know I kind of gave him a little bit of a smart remark there when he gave me that EOL, but I mean,
if you watched the replay, you did drift up the track.
I haven't gone back and watched it yet. I was more concerned about the EOL, or not the EOL, but the holding my line 3 wide, because I'm not very good when it comes to 3 wide running, and that right there shows it. But just glad JR was able to get back up there until the big one.
Yeah, well, you still wound up 6th. It's still not a horrible day.
Yeah, not bad.
All right, well, congrats on your podium finish, and enjoy it. We'll catch you in the next race.
Yeah, we'll see you later, Swiss. Take care.
That is the 20 of Derek Wilden getting a 3rd place. Let's see if we got the 62. Adam Thompson picking up a 2nd place finish after a crazy race. Tell me how that race was for you, my friend.
Man, it was qualified pretty good. Ran well till I accidentally got to the bumper, got
Man, anybody thinks that right is fucking intentional. They are fucking stupid.
Thankfully, a little bit of damage held me back long enough to get around that huge crash.
Yeah, definitely. And that that crash was just kind of part of the season. Next thing you know, you're in 2nd spot. So that's pretty insane.
Yeah,
worked out well for you
last week, right?
Right on.
All right, bud. Well, I mean, sometimes
mean,
you're lucky,
I
sometimes you're
called that
good.
one
Tonight
up
you were a little
before.
bit of both. You're up front towards most of the race and running
Yeah, I
pretty
could've
well.
called that
And
one there, too.
then towards the end, got towards the back, but it lucked out and
I don't
seas
think the
parted, and
98
you
got
woke
hit
up
by
second.
somebody.
So sometimes it's good to be up
And had a
front.
black
Sometimes
flag.
it's good not to be, and you took advantage of it for sure. Congrats on your P2 finish. You got any friends, family, or sponsor shout-outs to give to us tonight?
Shit. Just the race control
I
and everybody
watched it.
broadcasting all this. It was a good
Blatant, I
race. It
mean,
was fun.
10-4. All right, bud.
He
Well,
went up the traffic
enjoy your
cover
second, and thank you
got
for
hit in the
racing
back
with us. We
nickel turn
appreciate you.
to the inside.
Thanks, man.
And we'll see
I don't know how
Adam
anyone else
the
did
next
that
race.
any
Let's go
different.
ahead and grab the 97 of Lucas Hoytsma. Lucas, DG, you got a copy?
I got you.
Well, at one point you were fifth, and then you look up and you're all by yourself. Tell me how that felt behind the wheel.
It felt great, especially after I nearly died going into 3. I was like, oh, we're still alive. Maybe I can get a top 5 out of this. And we got a bit more than that.
Yeah, you bringing the checker flag home. Did you know that Daniel Llewellyn was literally inside your car?
I saw a car maybe protrude my passenger door, but I didn't know he was that far inside me.
Yeah, he was all up inside you, and the netcode was like, nah, we like this guy.
Yeah, I think Daniel unplugged his Ethernet cord at the exact moment.
Man, that was a very, very crazy race. Tell me how your race was before that. Like, were you having fun? Like, you had a good long green stretch run to start this one, and then it just kind of chaos broke out late as everyone was trying to push for position.
Yeah, it's been a good Daytona race when you are legitimately talking fuel strategy about halfway through. But then that quickly disappeared, and we just, yeah, like you said, the end was a little messy, but I mean, I still had fun. We had a decent amount of cars still out there at the end. It was a good one.
So you add to your win lead total over Giglio. Is that important to you? Are you trying to stay in first, or do you care if he passes you?
It is very important.
There we go.
Very important.
Super important. Very serious, guys. Lucas must stay ahead of Giglio on the all-times wins list. We're going to start seeing these boys in other series, I think, just to try and get an advantage over one another.
Yeah, we just gotta get it everywhere we can,
All right. Well, congrats on the win tonight. We appreciate you. You got any friends, family, sponsors to drop for us tonight?
I just shout out CTC. Probably one of my best paint schemes I've ever made tonight. And, Live 12. The whole biz. YouTube broadcast. Admins, they had their work cut out for them tonight, so shout out to them.
For sure. Quite the pain. Sometimes $12 race cars get people really fired up.
Oh, yeah.
All right, but one person in chat, by the way, did say even if you don't win the race, you definitely win the ugliest car of the night. So there you go.
Oh, that makes me so happy to hear.
Congrats on that honor as well. We'll catch you in the next race, and good luck to you the rest of the week.
Yep, see ya next week.
Lucas Hoytsma getting the victory tonight in the 97. Let's go ahead and give you our final rundowns here tonight. We get this box and this box out the way and bring this one over. Ba-bam. Unofficial race results pending any reviews coming from race control or all that nonsense that happens post-race. Lucas Hoytsma, your winner. Adam Thompson, Derek Wilden, Will Spark, Adam Crozier, your top 5. JR Deal, Jason Palmer, Daniel Llewellyn, Blake Roebuck, Zachary Margerson, your top 10. Move to page 2, Ethan Evers, Kyle Heckert, Jonathan Ledger, Dude Castro Neves, Mike Edwards, Blake Iglio, Quinn Newton, Ian Montrose, Mike Christopher, and Andrew Hayes picking up top 20s. 21 through 30, Afton Sloan, Wesley Person, all on the lead lap at the end of that one, so that's impressive, 22 cars. You have Jeremy Clapper Newell, Dalton Hayes, Billy Davison, EJ Johnson, Garrett Boyd, Cody Brown, Cliff Mullins, Corey Lavallo, the top 30. And it doesn't show, but there was one more driver. Christopher Olkire comes home 31st tonight. Thank all our drivers for racing with us. We appreciate you making our community what it is. And yeah, we look forward to racing with you guys more. Appreciate you. Thank you guys in the chat so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed our entertaining race, and we will catch you in the next one. We do have to say this has been iRacing. You can go to iRacing.com, pick up this car and this track, come race with us. Head on over to DGSRacing.com, click on the big red snake to get to our Discord, where you can sign up to run ARCA cars on Monday. Tuesday we have Xfinity. Wednesday we run the Cup Series. Thursday we have the Truck Series. Friday we do some fun hosted races. Saturday we do a Legends Series, and Sunday we have the Street Stock Series. So come check them all out. We'd love to have you. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great night.